Hi, it's Wendy. I have some really bad news for you today. It's something that affects almost everyone or someone you know. So, first, let's start with your testicles. Yes, those testicles. Here it is. What I'm going to tell you today is about sleep deprivation and what happens to your body when you don't get enough sleep. Even just 1 hour less a night can cause really serious problems, so listen carefully. Men who sleep 5 hours a night have significantly smaller testicles than those who sleep 7 hours or more. Interesting study. I wonder who did the testing. Men who routinely sleep just 4 to 5 hours a night, their testosterone level is the same as that of men 10 years older than them. The same impairments happen in female reproductive health. So, not sleeping enough causes all kinds of problems with your levels of hormones. So, you need sleep to learn something, to actually prepare your brain to absorb the information, change it from short term memory to long term memory. Without sleep, the memory circuits of your brain essentially become waterlogged, and now you can't absorb new memories. There was an experiment that was done with a sleep group and a sleep deprivation group. The sleep group got a full 8 hours of sleep, and the deprivation group was kept awake. And now they were asked to learn a list of new facts. 40% deficit in the ability of the brain to make new memories in the sleep deprived group. So, what this means for you, if you're getting ready for an exam or you're studying for an interview or you have something important that you're going to do a presentation on, trying to memorize it if you're tired and you don't get enough sleep is going to prevent it from going into that long-term memory where you can actually access it later. The hippocampus is very good at receiving new memory files and then holding on to them. With a full night's sleep, there is a lot of healthy learning activity in your brain. In a sleep-deprived group, they couldn't find any effective signal in the hippocampus. I know! Sleep deprivation shuts down your memory inbox, and any new incoming files, well, they're just being bounced. The brain cannot commit new experiences to memory when you're sleep deprived. This is not the worst of it, though. As you're aging, of course, learning and memory starts to decline, and one of the physiological signatures of aging is that your sleep gets worse. So it's kind of like worse sleep, and now it affects your memory, and that affects your sleep, and it just goes on and on. I know, bad news, I told you. So you have you have sleep deprivation, which causes cognitive decline, memory decline, and Alzheimer's. Really, it could be contributing to Alzheimer's. Ooh, you need to sleep. So by the way, if you do need some help right away, go to wendy.com, WENDI.com, and look at the sleep program. It is really great. I'm going to tell you why it's so great. But first, I'm going to scare you some more. So sleep loss and your cardiovascular system, your heart and all the blood that it pumps and everything it does to keep you healthy is affected by a lack of sleep. But here's what's really weird. All it takes is 1 hour less of sleep. And it's kind of a global experiment that's done twice a year to get the statistics to prove this. Daylight savings time. In spring, you lose an hour of sleep, and there is a 24% increase in heart attacks the next day. Isn't that crazy? In fall, you gain an hour of sleep, and then there is a 21% reduction in heart attacks. And the exact same thing happens for car crashes, road traffic accidents, and even suicide rates when we lose 1 hour of sleep. Isn't that crazy? Our brain is just disrupted by the change in that 1 hour of sleep. Now, the news isn't quite as bad as it's going to get now. You know you have killer cells, killer T cells, and they go from your immune system into your body looking for things such as cancer. And they do destroy cancerous tumors. People have cancer in their system all the time. And these cells know exactly how to find those and get rid of them. But that's what you don't have if you're not sleeping enough. If your sleep is restricted to 4 hours for just one single night, you have a 70% drop in your natural killer cell activity. And you have an increase in many forms of cancer. Cancer of the bowel, cancer of the prostate, cancer of the breast. I know, I told you it was bad. In fact, the link between lack of sleep and cancer is so strong that the World Health Organization has classified any form of nighttime shift work, where you work at night and sleep during the day, as a carcinogen. A carcinogen means that it causes cancer. This is because of the disruption of your normal wake-sleep time. You're supposed to be sleeping when it's dark and awake when it's light. The shorter your sleep, the shorter your life. Short sleep produces all-cause mortality. Now, I know you're wondering, what can I do to get more sleep? Well, I was in Hawaii a few years ago, and I was walking through the farmer's market and just having a dandy time. A woman came running up to me and said, "Oh, Wendy, oh my gosh, I have to tell you." And I was like, "Oh, cool." She says, "You cured my 8 years of insomnia. I have been the worst sleeper for 8 years. And you cured my insomnia in my very first session that I listened to of yours." Because she bought my program for insomnia and it went away. And she has been sleeping for years really well because of it. I was really jazzed. Oh my gosh. So here's an experiment. Having only 6 hours of sleep a night for 1 week. They would measure the changes in the gene activity in your body compared to those who got a full 8 hours every night. There are 711 genes that were distorted, and that was caused by the lack of sleep. And those genes actually affect the DNA, so not sleeping is also damaging your DNA. There were genes that were switched off by a lack of sleep, and those were the genes associated with your immune system. In contrast, those genes that were actually upregulated or increased from lack of sleep were the genes associated with the promotion or growth of tumors, chronic inflammation, and genes that are associated with stress, and as a consequence, cardiovascular disease. Make sense? This affects every nook and cranny of your physiology, damaging your DNA. So sleep is Mother Nature's best gift of immortality and testicle size. Who knew? Sleep loss has a catastrophic effect on our health and our wellness, and silent sleep loss epidemic is fast becoming one of the greatest public health challenges of our time. So now you know. What are you going to do about it? One of the problems people have is the fear of not sleeping. So you have something important to do tomorrow. You have an interview or a presentation, or you're jumping on a stage in front of a huge audience, or you have to complete a project tomorrow and you're just not prepared. You need sleep more than anything. But you're afraid that you're not going to be able to sleep and that you're going to spend the day all groggy and you're not going to be able to perform properly. That fear of not sleeping is huge. You might have some other underlying issues that are keeping you awake that you don't even know about. So in my sleep program, there are sessions that are going to help you find and uncover the inner issues, the things that are keeping you awake at night, and then to resolve them, and through the process, just shutting them down gently and getting those issues to not have to keep you awake. Then there's sessions that are to let you go to sleep with my voice, reminding your brain while you're falling asleep and after you're asleep that you sleep really, really well. Well, for those of you who are insomniacs, how many times have you said, "Oh, I'm such an insomniac, I just can't sleep"? Well, what are you doing when you tell yourself that? You're reinforcing the belief, you are repeating the behavior, you are setting the expectation that you're not going to sleep tonight. You are remembering and bringing up all the incidences from the past with the emotions, the worry, stress, fear, that you're not a good sleeper. So what if you just change the way you talk to yourself? And instead of saying, "Oh, I have such bad insomnia," say, "I used to have trouble sleeping, but now every night I sleep better and better." what is that going to do for your brain? It's going to set a different expectation and have your mind think about what it's like to sleep really well. Now, when you use my sleep sessions, as you're falling asleep, you're going to hear suggestions that you are a good sleeper, that you sleep better every night, that you feel better and so refreshed in the morning, and it's easy for you to fall asleep. Of course, I say them nice and slowly, not that fast, but nice and slow. And then as you fall asleep, my suggestions continue. So in that nice alpha state where you're starting to get into theta brainwaves, I'm going to continue telling your brain that you sleep better and better every night, that you sleep deeper and sounds around you just relax you more. And any time that you should awaken during the night, you'll simply roll over, and when you feel your cheek touch the pillow, you'll fall back asleep, back into a nice deep sleep, feeling peaceful and calm and relaxed. So what might that do to your expectation, to your subconscious mind, to everything about the mindset of not sleeping? Well, I bet a lot of you know what it's like to wake up at 3 a.m. and go, whoa, I see the ceiling and I'm awake. And you wrestle with yourself to try and get back to sleep. That 3 a.m. waking thing is certainly something that people have as they get older. Now, with my sessions and with the words that I have used, I've told your brain that you're going back to sleep easily and peacefully as soon as your cheek touches the pillow. And you sink deep into the pillow and deep into sleep. And wouldn't you know, it works. Thousands and thousands of people who have stopped their insomnia tell me not only do they fall asleep easily, they sleep more deeply, they don't have disturbances in their sleep, and when they wake up and they go to the bathroom and go pee and go back to bed, oh, that pillow, that cue, it really works. I want you to sleep well, and I want you to take the seriousness of the information I just gave you about how it affects your health. There is so much more that it affects than just your memory, your cardiovascular, your killer T cells, your genes, your DNA, your mood, your anger, your short temper. There's even more. But I'm going to go and I'm going to let you go find the sleep program at wendy.com, WENDI.com. And just look at the little search box in the corner. It says sleep, and you'll find the program, and you can look at all the different sessions and get started, because getting to sleep is a good thing. Oh, there's a discount. 30% off if you want to buy it. You do want to buy it, don't you? Ooh. All right, 30% off. The coupon code is SLEEPME. One word, SLEEPME. You can also see the link down in the comments and the coupon code as well. So I am wishing you a wonderful sleep. I want you to take me to bed and sleep with me and let me just surround your whole mind and body and experience with the words that are going to end your insomnia. Does that sound good? Yay, I thought so. High five. Okay, bye-bye. Catch you again soon.